All right, guys, so we're gonna help you break 80 today with two simple concepts. We're gonna learn how the ball releases with different shots, plus we're going to learn how to control those mid wedges from 50, 60, 70, 80 yards so that you can consistently put the ball closer to the hole and get more up and downs for birdie or for par to really bring those scores down. So with distance control, one of the things you need to learn is how the golf ball is going to release once it hits the green, okay? So we have in the past, we have learned different shots. We have learned about controlling our carry distance. We have learned how far the ball will go when we hit it. So now we are going to go into shots and how they release. The ball will release in different ways depending on several variables in the green. How fast is the green? Are we landing it into an upslope? Are we landing it into a downslope? When it lands into an upslope, obviously it's going to stop a lot faster than if we're hitting a downslope where it slides straight out. So why don't you hit me a low running shot that lands pretty close to the fringe here and runs back to that hole. About a foot from the hole, perfect. Now, why don't you go ahead and hit me a shot that's kind of mid-trajectory, that's going to land about just short of halfway to the hole and then trickles down. Beautiful. Now, for the final shot, let's go a little bit higher than that, land it past halfway, and get right on top of that little slope and get it to run down to the hole. Beautiful shot. So that's three different shots of varying trajectories with different releases. All right, guys, so wedge control when approaching greens is another key to breaking 80 that a lot of players struggle with. They miss a lot of greens in these situations. Now, even the best players in the world are gonna miss greens from this distance, but we want you to cut down on the amount of shots missed. And if you're giving yourself putts for birdies and for pars, you're gonna start seeing those scores go down quite quickly. So one of the keys to hitting greens is having 3 stock shots that you can go to when you're making that approach shot. So I always teach my players to give me a little half, a 3/4, and a full wedge, and then try and figure out how far each one of those golf balls goes so that you can replicate it when you're playing and you have a consistent shot. Now, when you get better, you can make that half of a half, half of a 3/4, half of a full, right? So you can get those little segments in between each one of those. But for right now, start out by developing a good half, 3/4, and full shot. So why don't you set up and give me a half shot, which is gonna go just about to hip height and turn through it. Cool. So that goes about 40 yards. Now, why don't you give me a shot where you're gonna go about 3/4, where you're gonna get the lead arm parallel to the ground. So right there, that lead arm is parallel. That's what we're looking for in this shot. All right, now give me a full wedge, and that will be the final one. And remember, we can learn after we get good with these shots how to gap in between each one of them. Beautiful golf shot. There we go. Now, he knows how far he's gonna hit each one of those shots. You practice that, learn, and then you get yourself a nice little gap in between each shot. Hey guys, if you like this video, click like, subscribe. I come out with new content every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Thank you.